George, I told you it's going to be a while before I make it through this light reading you gave me. I don't really have an opinion of it yet. Oh. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Please, have a seat. You must be the candidate that we were expecting, right? Good. Well, glad you found the place. Welcome to Lockwood Co. You're looking for a job then, yeah? At a ghost hunting agency. Well, then I guess I don't need to be telling you how dangerous a job like this really is, right? Okay. You've got the talent, have you? And what exactly is your talent? Okay. Oh, me? Well, I'm primarily a listener, but I've got the touch and the sight a little bit. Sometimes the touch activates the sound, you know, something sort of like that. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Anyway, so you're looking for a job here in London. Can I ask why you came here instead of somewhere like Fitz or any of the other bigger agencies? Not that we aren't incredibly prestigious. We are an accredited agency, you know, certified by DPRAC and all that. Although we don't answer to DPRAC the same way that Fitz and, you know, the other larger agencies do. We're independent. Oh, that appeals to you, yeah? Yeah, it's pretty nice. We don't have supervisors here or anything like that. It's just us. We get to make our own decisions. Although sometimes we can disagree on which decisions to make that way, but it's always better to feel like you have a say, right? Right. Well, let's get on to the interview, shall we? I gotta be honest, we're looking for someone to join the team, but only if it's a really good fit. So we've got a good thing going here, and we're small enough that we really need to make sure that we understand and trust each other. Some of us are still not convinced that we need another person, but right now we're 3 agents strong, and we're all very good at what we do. But it would be nice maybe to have a 4th, especially if we're going out on a case and we need to separate, then no one's alone. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't introduce myself, did I? No, I am not Lockwood. My name's Lucy Carlyle. Lockwood is, well, he's around. He'll be doing the second part of your interview. We've upped the intensity of the interview a bit, just to make sure that we're getting a good idea of your abilities. But let's get the boring stuff out of the way, shall we? Do you have your registration, parental permissions, recommendations, any of that sort of stuff? Alright, let's have a look here. Good. A shining recommendation, eh? Where's this agency? I don't think I've heard of it. No, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be from London. We don't much care about that sort of thing. I actually was trained from a smaller agency in the north, so maybe a place similar to this, huh? Okay, good. Year 4 certificate. Good. So you're proficient with a rapier? A lot of hands-on experience. Good, 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 good. Okay, yeah, that looks to be all in order. Although, to be honest, it's this sort of thing. It's nice for the paperwork, but we don't put a whole lot of stock in things like this at Lockwood Co. We believe more in seeing with our own eyes what you can do, and just, you know, learning a bit more about your experience. Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Some of them might be a bit more personal, but you know, we want to know who we're going to be fighting side by side with. Okay, so you said you've got hands-on experience. Just ballpark for me, how many different cases have you been on before? Okay, type 1s, type 2s, a mix of both. What sort of rough, again, percentage would you say were type 1s versus type 2s? Okay, good. Something you'll learn about Lockwood, if you meet him next after this, is he likes to take the cases that are a bit more high profile. In fact, if you want Lockwood to take a case, the best thing you can do is make it sound as dangerous and impossible as possible. I'll almost surely get his attention. Well, that's good, that's good. This one may be a bit painful, and you don't have to elaborate right now if you don't want to, but have you ever lost anyone on your team? Sorry about that. Is it ghost touch, ghost lock? Which one? Yeah. No, I know what that's like. Obviously, it's not pleasant, but unfortunately, it is part of the job. It's not exactly easy what we do, not exactly without its dangers. But you know, that's sort of part of the nice thing of working at a smaller agency like this. You're not just another agent like at Fitz. You're not just a number. You're not just one of dozens or hundreds of expendable people. Here you're really part of the team. We look out for each other. Okay. That's all good. Anything else that I should know specifically about you or your experiences? Okay. Yes, I'm sure you're quite incredible. Okay, well, questions aside, like I said, here at Lockwood Co, we believe more on the hands-on approach. So, I'm going to give you a courtesy that I didn't get when I was interviewed here. I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do first, okay? I'm going to show you a few different items. Let you hold them, let you touch them, let you get a sense for them. And I just want you to tell me what you sense, what you feel, and any sort of specifics, any sort of clues as to what the story of that item, whether it's an artifact or whether it's a source or anything like that. Just whatever you feel about it, okay? Okay. Oh, and word to the wise, be honest. Okay. Again, I wasn't told that when I was interviewed, but I do things a bit differently than Lockwood. I'm a bit less for the whole dramatic flair and all of that. I think personally he just likes the shock value of everything. But I want to give you actually a fair chance. So, I'm going to give you an item. I want you to tell me what you think of it, okay? Okay. Here's our first item. It's a little ring. Quite lovely. It's got some little gems on there. Yeah. Yes, it is quite old. So why don't you just hold on to that for a moment. Tell me if you can sense anything from there, okay? Yeah. Music. That's right. You can't make out what song is it, can you? No, I can't either. I would love to know. It's not anything that I recognise. Okay, what else? Yeah. Let go of me. Okay, alright. You can give it back. That's enough. Well done. Yes, this ring used to belong to a woman named Annabelle. She was murdered, and it was completely hidden for decades. Yeah, it's quite an intense story. I keep this as a memento, actually. It was my first successful case here at Lockwood Co. Well done. Got a lot of information from that. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's see. Let's try this one next, huh? Eyeglass. Used to be all the rage for fancy gentlemen. Hold something like this with them. Yeah. Never know what sort of secrets these things have seen, do you? Are you already sensing something? That's good. That's good. Here. Why don't you hold it? See what else you can sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's not exactly gentlemanly behaviour, I would call the person who owned this. Quite an awful gentleman. Involved in quite a few awful things. We don't need to get into specifics if you don't want. It's okay. Okay, well, you did quite well. That's good. Good to be able to pick up on all of that. No, it's okay. It's not always going to be, incredibly specific, but, knowing what you can sense from an item is a good way to, get a case started. There's a lot that you can find out if you're willing to listen, if you're willing to open yourself up to it. Let's try another one, shall we? Don't be nervous, it's alright. It's a lovely item here, isn't it? A lovely hourglass. Now this one, before you touch it, I want you to just watch it for a moment here. See if you can pick up anything, any sort of energy. Yeah. How about if you watch the sand? Can you watch the sand in there as it falls? What do you sense? What do you see in there? That's right. Okay, there. How about you hold it now? Tell me if you pick up on anything else. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's not all sinister. Now, a lot of the cases we do, obviously they are dangerous, but it's good to also be able to determine whether the energy is malicious or whether it's something more just nostalgic. Yeah, here, I'll take a look. This actually belonged to an older woman who lived down the street. Yeah. She was a lovely soul. Used to bring us biscuits around now and then. And she loved family game night. I think that's what she used this for. Oh, I think a spirit might be here. Don't worry, she's harmless. Good. Glad you didn't make up something to sound more dramatic or intense. You'd be surprised how many people come in here and make up these big tales when they're not true. Okay. I've got one more item for you, okay? All right. Keep this one locked away in a box. Any guesses what it is? That's okay. Here we are. A pipe. Relatively simple design, but quite a well-made one. Don't always have to be so fancy to be important, do they? Sometimes the simplest items hold the biggest stories. Why don't you hold on to this one? See what you can sense. Are you sure? Nothing at all? Why don't you try a bit longer? Nothing. Well, good. I just picked this up from a charity shop not too long ago. I mean, every once in a while you do find items in a charity shop that are haunted, but luckily, not this one. Nope, I don't know the story of this item at all. I've never felt or heard anything from it at all. Okay, I know that was a bit mean. It does feel a bit like a trick, I understand that. I'm not making fun of you though. I just, I wanted to get a sense of what you would do if you didn't hear anything. Because, you know, sometimes a pipe is just a pipe. Now, you would not believe some of the stories that people have come up with when they've held this pipe, trying to tell me that it's haunted. It'd be the most haunted artifact in England. But it's not. And it's important that you are honest when you can sense something and when you can't. It might seem like a silly test. We do sometimes do things that are a bit unorthodox here. Get used to it. Lockwood in particular, he loves the dramatic shock value of things sometimes. But there is a reason for it. Yeah. Like I said, we've got each other's backs here. Always. That's always first, no matter what. I mean, sometimes Lockwood likes to go off and be all reckless and heroic and stupid. I try to tell him, just reckless enough. Not too reckless, but sometimes that's a hard line to define, I guess. Anyway, it's I know those may seem like silly little tests, but it is important, and for the record, you passed with flying colours. Yeah, you've definitely got a knack for this sort of thing. And I appreciate that you were honest about all of them. Well, there is another part to all of this, unfortunately. I'm sorry about this. I don't actually even know fully what he's cooking up for you, but Lockwood did say that if I thought that you were worth his time, that you were to meet him in the basement. That's where we have our, our storage and notes and things like that. George is big on taking notes, but also our training area. So, if I were you, I would have your rapier ready. I mean, I honestly don't know what he's planning, but knowing him, you'll probably need it. Anyway, it's just down the hall there. Yeah, George can point you in the right direction if you get lost. No, I'm not going with you. I don't know what he's got going on down there. That's for you to find out. Like I said, we need to know what you can do, so we'll see how you handle it. Don't be afraid, though. He may seem like he's, all pomp and circumstance, but he's a person, just like the rest of us. Just be yourself. Trust your gut. And maybe, if he approves of you, like I do, maybe we'll be welcoming you to Lockwood Co as well. Well, you better get on. He doesn't like waiting. Let's see if George has any more water on the kettle.